Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. I've just got a quick tutorial today on how to color UV resin. Now, I know there's probably lots of ways, and I'm probably new to the wagon, so to speak, but I've made it's too tiny to pick up some colored UV resins. And the way I did it was with some chalk pastels that I just now recently got. And I've worked with chalk pastels for many years, but I didn't happen to have any, so. Alright. And this is just a cheap little set of pastels. And I'll try to remember to put a link below where I got them from. Alright, now. Using the gem mold or mold of your choice, whichever you want to use. Okay, I've got my Ultra Dome UV resin. And yes, there are other brands of UV resin that you can use. And since it was a new bottle, the lid was still not open. So I'm going to fill up the mold a little more than halfway. Alright, and then just decide on the color you want. I've got a need for a particular light blue color. And the one thing I can tell you is less is more. Less is more. I just put a tiny amount. And start that way with a tiny amount. And stir it and stir it and stir it. What you don't want is to put too much. It'll affect how the resin dries, cures. It'll affect how the resin cures. Alright, and then after you've got it stirred up, you can go back and add just a touch more. And fill it up the rest of the way. Alright, then we'll go on to the other one. Let's see. And stir, stir, stir. Okay. And then check the tops for any bubbles. And I've got a lighter that doesn't work, so. Alright. I'll put these into the heat lamp, the UV light, and I'll be back. Alright, and here's a couple that I did that I actually put a little too much color in. Although they're beautiful, they didn't quite set up on the surface, so I had to go back and add a little UV resin to the top. Alright, now the one thing with UV resin, alcohol inks will not work. They'll keep the UV resin from setting up. Alright, and I have seen that some people use food coloring to add to regular resin, and it'll set up, but it won't work in UV resin. The addition of moisture will prevent the UV resin from setting up. So, alright, I'll show you those when they are done in the UV light. Alright. As you can see on this one, it's just a barely light blue, which is what I wanted. Alright, so as you can see, here's the other. Okay, sorry about that. Here's the other one. I was going for a kind of a piece of amber look. But because this is a homemade mold, and as you can see, it's smooth, but it's just not shiny like this one. So I'll just put a coat of gloss glaze over it and it'll look just fine. Alright. Alright, so there you go. A simple, easy way to color your UV resin that really gives a good effect. And I'm sure I'll be using this in a lot more pieces coming up. So, alright, I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.